Ahoy hoy! Hello everybody! Welcome to Rogue Ship 1. I hope that you're all having a good weekend so far. The Rogue Ship 1 will not be sinking like the Titanic. I just realized that I am wearing the Titanic on my shirt. But hi everyone! Of course, hello to the bestest bots. Siri bot is here somewhere, I know. I think. Did Siri bot? I don't know. I don't see it. It's raid protection partly, or it's bad raid protection. I know there's things I can do to test. Do I remember what they are? The answer is no. No, I do not. Let me just do a funsy. Ah, yes, SiriBot is here. Also, hello, Lord Portico. 41 months and a streak, no less. Thank you very much indeed, Tempest Fugit. And it is futile to try to Tempest Pugilist. Sorry, I read Tempest Fugit and my brain said Tempest Puget, and it was meaning pugilism rather than Puget Sound, and it sounded better in my head. Regardless, time flies, but it is futile to fight time. I don't know. I do like the idea that the starship is a steampunk era starship, and indeed for this game it is very appropriate. Hello, Shadows of Life. Thank you for orienting Sword Portico to the replication unit. Again, replicators in this sense, not those from Stargate. Unless Crewman Gary did something. If Crewman Gary did something, I don't even want to think about Stargate replicators gaining access to Starfleet replicators. That just seems bad. As a fake engineer, I know fake ships. Hi, Shantarilus. Hi, Obi. Lord Portico didn't understand assignment. Replicated a stout instead. This is the day that a new Time Lord is born. Their name, the Boxer. I mean, if you think about 90s era science fiction television, an argument could be made that the pugilist as a Time Lord was present in basically every series. Because every sci-fi series in the 90s had a boxing episode. I don't know why. I really don't. It's weird, but every one of them had a boxing episode. I think even... Did Sequest have a boxing episode? It wouldn't surprise me. An anchor steam. It's 2046 now. Stout is more appropriate than coffee. I mean, a good stout is good. Whether you drink it American style and have it chilled, or European style and not chilled. I'm good with it either way. I actually really like... there was a place that I used to go to called Old Chicago. It was a restaurant. Prided itself on having many, many, many alcoholic beverages, various forms of beers from all over the world. But the thing that I really liked was that they had a chocolate stout ice cream cake. And oh my gosh, it was so good because it was a chocolate ice cream cake and it had like a layer of like frozen foam that was like stout foam that was like a thick layer on top of the chocolate. It was like a stout foam that was then frozen as part of the ice cream cake, and it was so good. They always ran on Boxing Day. I mean, that would make sense, Tentarolus. I had not considered it. I would have to check release dates. I doubt it's true, but... Oh, so many beers here are at least cellared in thermo-controlled fridges. Not 5C, but probably 50 Fahrenheit. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense. You don't want the beer to get hot. Unless for some reason it's a beer that should be served hot. Is there beer that's served hot? I know there's wine, like mulled wine and mulled cider. I don't know if I've ever considered whether there is a beer that would be served hot. I've tried many different styles. Again, like at Old Chicago primarily, because Old Chicago had like a club thingy. It was like a beer tour where you earned stuff when you reached certain points. So it was kind of like a library summer reading program, except for each new beer that you tried, it counted as one, and then at certain intervals you got like free food or things like that. And it couldn't be a beer that you had and registered as having before. So every time, like if you wanted it to count towards their thingy, it had to be one that you had not previously had at the restaurant. And like the thing was like basically like a credit card tied to an account, and they would scan it. And so I tried a lot of different beers. I only read about beer being served hot or warm. You've only read about it? You've not tried it? For decades in German hospitals, if you had a kidney stone, they served you lukewarm beer to help dislodge the stone. That makes as much sense as any other questionable medical practice from the past. Makes as much sense as bloodletting. Makes less sense than leeches, but that's because leeches have like other enzymes and things that they inject with their bite that actually do promote healing on open wounds. So you've tried very little beer or wines. I have tried various wines as well. We used to occasionally go to wine dinners at Stella's Fish Cafe in Minneapolis. We liked Stella's. It's where our wedding rehearsal dinner was. But so it was like a private event, like where the chefs had specifically made dishes to pair with different wines. And so with each course, you got another different wine served. That's honestly the only time I've ever been able to drink most wines, because I find them disgusting. I do not enjoy them. The only wine that I've regularly been able to palate is that That's a weird formulation. I don't think palate actually works as a verb. Hi, Be Right UK. Thank you for the 41-month resubscription. And hello, Rogan and Rogues. Is it correct that this is the penultimate answer to life, the universe, and everything? You don't know? Let me go and check. Be right back. Excellent. And congratulations, Obi, on being randomly selected as VIP for the stream. On your N Simplex Pachinko account, which I don't know. I like it, but I also have no idea if it has any particular meaning. Beer is a diuretic, especially if it is at approximately body temperature. So lukewarm beer makes one pee more and thus might actually help loosening the stones. But nowadays they use diuretic drugs. Great, so it actually had some efficacy while being something we might question today. That I love when there's actual like good reasoning behind it. Depending on which yeast gets used, beer is either made at low 4 to 9C or room temperature. That makes sense. Part of some research you did? You explain it every couple months on stream. I mean, that makes sense. It's definitely a memorable name. Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but something about, oh yeah. So we did the wine tastings. And through it all, what I discovered is that I don't care for wine. I would rather not have wine than have wine. And if it is a situation where I would like some wine, show me the dessert wine list, because that's the only place I'm going to find something that I can stand to drink. The perfect wine for me is Moscato d'Asti. I will drink it with anything. It's a bubbly, sweet, mostly considered dessert wine, but I had a realization a couple years ago, because I was like, this is the only wine I like, but it's not supposed to be like a drink with everything wine. It's a dessert wine. And then I had the realization, do you know what they drink as table wine in the Moscato region? They drink Moscato or Moscato d'Asti just as table wine. And why wouldn't they? They make it there. So who has 2 thumbs and actually finished all of their physical therapy sessions before super late at night? Hello, Glenn, that's amazing. Congratulations. Apparently there's a thunderstorm outside. Generally, people outside of academia don't have any clue how to parse your name. Wait, how else would you parse it? I honestly can't think of any other ways to parse it. Be Right UK, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm opposed to wine testing. It's incredibly tedious listening to people bleating on and on about nothing. There are, I would say, so Moscato d'Asti is my inexpensive go-to, like if I just want to have a glass of wine or I want like wine with dinner, which basically never happens, but it would be my go-to. My favorite wines are, of course, some of the most expensive ones you can get, for young wines especially, because my favorite wines are ice wines, which are wines where the sugar content is greatly increased because they let the grapes freeze on the vine and then harvest them frozen and press them, which concentrates the sugars. Simple Pachinko. That's... Really? I would never have. But then again, I am in academia, so. See, now I have to know. I mean, I generally have some idea what simplex could refer to. Pachinko, there's a novel and a TV series, as well as a arcade game. Resembles a vertical pinball machine. I am vaguely aware of Pachinko as a game. My brain insists on conflating it with Plinko, the game from The Price is Right, which it is definitely not the same thing. But anyway, thank you. Yeah, I do like this hat. Valheim just updated with the Ashlands. It looks like your Valheiming buddy might be available to play later tonight. That's awesome. I have wandered around the Ashlands before, but that was before they were like official content. They just were basically barren. I wonder if they're gonna do the Frozen North and like officially add content there. Your fantasy setting has different ice wines made with ice elemental grapes. That's amazing. Wait, Pachinko is like the Plinko game from The Price is Right? I don't think I've ever really looked at a Pachinko machine, but it is similar. Played with the Pascal triangle in higher dimensions, commissioned a 3D model in which it essentially made a 3D Pachinko game. Oh, that sounds fascinating. I don't know if you can hear it. The rain is really coming down. That actually sounds really fascinating. Is it academia or ICT? Far too familiar with simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. To the extent that I am bond with it. Oh no. I'll be right, UK definitely needs point. Wait, Siribot, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Ad break approaching? What? We still have there is one approaching, but not for another 36 minutes. Actually more like Plinko than actual Pachinko. Deep North is on their roadmap. I love building in the Deep North in that game. I wonder how horrible it's going to be after they add content. For me, building in, especially if you stick it in dev mode and just do it as so you can just spawn resources if you need them. It's just a fun, cozy building game for me. I just go to the far north and it's a fun, cozy building game. It's not what it was meant to be, but I enjoy that. For some reason. For Pachinko, see... Matsuya Pachinko machine, known as North, South, East, and West. Oh, that's cool. I have seen some of these. I have never really seen anybody play it. I used to play pinball quite a bit. I've never encountered a pachinko machine in person. But yeah, I am aware of that as a thing. So Ashlands is better than the Mistlands so far. That's interesting. Your grandfather had one. I mean, it's a neat game. As like a construction. I've never played it, so I don't know for sure. I assume it's enjoyable to play. You have mods, so you're kind of playing it on easy mode. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They still haven't enabled crafting from chests. That would be lovely if they did. But I doubt they will, based on what they've talked about for like their plans of how they were developing it. Because one of the reasons why they don't let metals through the portal gates was part of their design philosophy for the game, and it's a limiter, and it's meant to force you to move from biome to biome over the course of playing, instead of having a single like base. You're supposed to move in and build a new base in each new biome. And that was how they designed the game. They know people don't use it that way. And you can stick it in dev mode and play it however you want. And I haven't even looked into mods, but and they're totally fine with people just playing it how they want. But they have a certain experience they're looking for from a design perspective that it would surprise me if they ever did crafting from chests. Because I think resource gathering and having to go and get things from your chest, I think it's there for a reason. Similar to not being able to transport metals through the portal. I have no idea if Konami makes pachinko machines. Shadows, if they do, does that mean the Konami code would work? Siribot, there wasn't an ad break. I don't know what Siribot is thinking. Not gambling, and how dare you insinuate that it is? You can only win tickets, which you can trade for cash down the street at a legally distinct establishment. So not like Chuck E. Cheese or most American arcades. Not being able to transport metal through the portals? What is this? The Long Earth? You know the Long Earth? I love that series. Oh yes, Dave & Buster's. I've been there once or twice, I think. Oh, the Long Earth is so good. I think it would be interesting. I had only, I think, gone through Mars previously, but then I listened to them again last year, and so now I've gone through all of them. I'm surprised in some ways that it hasn't been turned into a TV series. I think it would be really amazing as a world for TTRPG. Hang on one second. Sorry, apparently Philip was doing laundry, and so but it wasn't raining when he went to the building with the laundry facility in it. So he got soaked on the way back because it's pouring. Oopsie. Oh, that would be an amazing video game. Having the stepper mechanic as a video game thing, but I was thinking like TTRPG, I could easily see it running on like the Cypher system, and it would be really sort of interesting. Oh, what was the one that the Streampunks were doing? Predation, and then it turned into a different Cypher system thing before going back to Predation, and my brain won't remember what it was. The Strange. I think with minimal modification, like the mechanics of the Strange could easily be like installed around the Long Earth. But especially like if you go as you get further in the series, it's not just humans. So you start out in the series and it's just humans until you it's the humans and then the trolls and the beagles and the elves, and I mean you've got options and different races you could play, and it's just, I can see entire campaigns. It's amazing. Thank you, Be Right UK, 500 bits. Wordplay from the UK TV sketch show The Two Ronnies. Here is today's weather forecast. It will be chill in Rill, dry in Rye, and cool in Ghoul, and in Nissingdown, it will be rather wet. I think I've actually heard that before. I don't think I've ever actually watched The Two Ronnies, but I've definitely heard the joke before. And points. A stepper mechanic in a video game would be easy. Could be a 4D function. Okay, that would, yeah. Alien Clay on your radar. Adrian Tchaikovsky, coming to the US in September. So I'm familiar with Adrian Tchaikovsky, but I'm... In fact, we're presently reading as our audiobook for driving to work, the third book. My brain doesn't remember it. Children of Memory, we're currently listening to. Standalone sci-fi novel set on the exoplanet of Kiln, a place of burgeoning abundant alien life. Oh. Well, I love when the search results give you a sentence, like a summary sentence that ends with an ellipsis, and when you click in, the sentence you were reading is nowhere on the page. But yeah, this even not knowing more than that, I will put it on my to read list. I have thoroughly distracted myself from the fact that I'm supposed to be playing a video game. He did Children of Time. You read it in 4 days and you're a slow reader. Which one? Children of Time or Alien Clay? I have read Children of Time twice. Both as an audiobook. Both times as an audiobook. And it took me, I listened to it on my drive from Minnesota to here when I moved here. It was the book I was listening to while driving across country. And I got through it. It was difficult, but I got through it. It wasn't difficult because of the science or the science fiction. It was difficult because spiders. And the second book was difficult because spiders. And this third book is also difficult because spiders. But they're good books. And I understand why spiders. I just am not fond of spiders. But we've been listening to it. It's just like on our 15-20 minute drive in the morning. So we're getting it in 15-20 minute increments. So it'll take a while to get through the books. 400 pages for Alien Clay. You got him to sign your Children of Time. I knew basically nothing about him before I ran across Children of Time. And I still basically know nothing except his works. Like, I've never looked him up to learn anything about him as a person. I just enjoy his books. I should probably have the game on screen because we're supposed to be on Mars, dreaming dreams and solving puzzles. We can still chat. I discovered one, I have just randomly gone to a bookstore before, not knowing what I wanted, and just wandered the shelves. This was literally at a bookstore, not a library, but it, in order to find something to read. I'm going to bring the game screen up and start getting that ready. And the author I discovered by doing that. Oh, hang on, my camera's the wrong camera. I just need to program that into my Stream Deck. Note to self for future. We'll see if I ever remember. But the author I discovered that way by just randomly wandering around and glancing at books until I found a title that seemed interesting. Read the the book jacket and decided to buy it. And then I read lots of stuff from that author. Was Haruki Murakami. And what's really ridiculous is I love long fiction. I love really long fiction, like Neil Stephenson's Baroque Cycle is one of my absolute favorites. Or Ben Bova's Grand Tour. Like, Haruki Murakami mainly does short stories. I've never read his short stories. I've only ever read his novels. But I randomly found the Wind Up Bird Chronicle at the store and picked it up, and it was really good. And then I started reading other things of his, like Wild Sheep Chase, and anyway. I digress often. Here we are on Mars, the red planet. The year is 1865? Something like that. Yeah, 1865 on Mars. As you can see from my my notes, I still need to get into the ice cave. I have located it, but have not gone to get inside. We still have people to save from their Martian dream sleep. So far, we have rescued Lennon, George Washington Carver, Louis Tiffany, and Wells. Which Wells is this? H.G. Wells, from the nightmares that they were trapped in. We still have some other prominent figures to rescue. But I think we're getting closer to the end of the game. So if I remember correctly, the last thing we did was we got through the Escher-esque maze that was trapping H.G. Wells, and rescued Wells. But we have not spoken to him since rescuing him. So back to the dreams we go. Oh, I forgot. I really like the dream music. Wells was northeast, so let's talk to him. You see a pale, nervous man. Ah, there you are. Good to see you. He smiles at the joke he's made and shakes your hand. Because the Martians that were hunting him in his dream were invisible. Let's see if we learn anything. Wells. I forgot the Martian in his body is bitches. Or, sorry, bitches. Alright. Wells, comma, HG, or you can call me Bert. Bert? Yes, sir? Did H.G. Wells go by the name Bert? This I did not know. What do you mean you know nothing about the time machine? You're H.G. Wells! Mars. Horrible planet. Reminds me of all the geology classes I've failed. Ooh, that's a good question. H.G. Wells. Give me a dated bibliography, please. Wait, oh, this is 1895. So that's the year the time machine was published. I think there is a good chance that in the world of this game, we might have some part in inspiring the book. Because not only are we here on Mars saving the Martian civilization of what's his face? Hello, brain. Names. What are names? Percival Lowell. But we time traveled before coming to Mars. Well, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot for me to ask him about presently. Especially if he doesn't know his own book that's supposed to be published this year. Shadows of Life. Names! The worst part about character design. Honestly, true. Also, just... I have never been good at names. I will recognize a person's face. I will remember stuff about the person, including things they know, what they do, things they're good at, things they like. And I will have no idea what their name is. Because when we met, I was focused on something else rather than social niceties and introductions. And my brain just went right past their name to the content. I have gone literal years saying hello to a person that I passed in the hall at work without having any clue what their name was. Okay, I wonder whose stream this is. I see a Martian. It's our first portrait of a Martian. That's so cool. Look at it. Look at the art. Hurry. Print screen. I need it. You see a Martian. Greetings, soft one. How may we share our knowledge? Martian, Martian, Martian. Martian, Martian, Martian. I don't know how to organize my notes. Okay. Is your name Marvin? Somehow I doubt it, but I must ask you your name so that I will know. I am called Pukchep. It sounds rather harsh. It does? Oh no. Sorry, I needed to pay attention to the punctuation. The Martian said, I am called Pukchep. End quote. The observation that my character made was, it sounds rather harsh. Within our grove, it is my task to act as the gatherer. We've heard about gatherers before. I don't remember. Grover? No, not Grover. All right. Grove? You should speak to Priktesh, our agrarian. He can tell you much about our society. Talk to Priktesh, the agrarian, about Martian society. Hi, Hannah. Welcome back. Thanks for the 5-stream streak. It's good to see you. How are you doing today? We're having a thunderstorm. We weren't having a thunderstorm, but about the time I went live, it started storming. Gatherer. Ever since the first death, it has fallen to the gatherers to be the keepers of the knowledge of their grove. Oakley dokley. Knowledge. But it's not marked as a keyword, so it's probably not going to give me anything, but I'm going to ask about first death. Just woke from a nap. That does sound like a good Saturday. Your words are strange to me. Please share more with me. No, that's literally what I just asked you to explain first death. Let's see. Knowledge. Mine is the task to collect the fallen leaves and roots of the old ones as they die. By mixing their remains with the soil for the new seedlings, the knowledge of the old is passed on within the grove. Let's see. Gathers the fallen leaves and root of the old as they die, mixed with soil for seedlings to pass knowledge. I understood that mechanic, but also, like, I just realized, where are we going to get fallen leaves and roots of dead Martians for the seedlings we need to grow? I used to trade soil and chemicals with Phasek of Elysium. Here is my dreams. Here in my dreams, though, none of my pod friends wither, so I gather little. Remains. Here in the dream world, our bodies do not age and die, so my duties have been very light. Chemicals. I don't really remember which chemicals we traded for fertilizer. The plantle to ask about chemicals will be Plashif. Ask. Plashif. Wait. Body. Seedling. Dream. Until we share again, soft one. Soft one? I mean, he looks like a soft plant. He didn't seem... This is not a puzzle like the other dreams. We're still in the dream world. My inventory tells me that. A butterfly-like creature? There are no butterflies in the Mars of 1895 non-dreaming. Endless void. Yep. Lovely. It seems like there's quite a bit of endless void out there. Avoid the void. No, that's avoid the Noid. Do y'all remember the Noid? The advertising gimmick from Domino's way back? So far, I do not see any other Martians to talk to. I don't think it would be a good idea to fall in the void. Okay, it won't let me. You avoided those ads? I mean, that's what they told you to do. You were supposed to avoid the Noid. And here I am talking about food again. I love this tree that's just growing out of the void. I love that that's a thing. Flowers, butterflies, rocks, bushes. But only one Martian so far, and no humans to wake. have no idea what this map actually looks like. I could look. I have a clue book, but I can also explore. It doesn't seem to be dangerous unless these butterflies are going to attack me. Attack butterflies. That sounds scary. And also like something I've definitely seen in science fiction before. Swarms of attack butterflies. Oh, sorry. I just... Nope. I'm stifling the sentence because it's in reference to the Doctor Who episode that just came out, and I will not spoil. Buildings! Buildings. Oh, gosh, there's a Martian right in front of me. Look at them! It's not even... The Martians have their own art! I'm sorry, like, of course they do, but... It's a unique portrait! You see a Martian with a hint of a regal air. Stepping toward you, she folds her arms over her chest and kneels. 2 questions. Do I even know that Martians think of sex as a binary? Maybe 3 questions. How do I know that this Martian uses she, her pronouns? And why would plant-based organisms of this type that grow from seed pods on stalks have gender? I mean, yes, there are analogous parts to plants that require pollination and so mechanically, but a lot of times it's the same plant that has both of the parts necessary. Anyway, sorry. I was just like, why is the Martian being referred to with she, her pronouns? This implies knowledge that I would not have any way to know. She calls out in a pleasant voice, I, Chishket of Hellas, greet you and welcome you to the Grove of Hellas. Please explore and meet the citizens of the Enlightened Grove. Question 4. Why would they use she, him, and not plant-based words? This is, yes, absolutely. I just realized these are going to be Martians I've never met before. Because this is Hellas, and Hellas was basically uninhabited. Okay. Ad break is about to start, so I'm going to go to break. I'll see you in 3 minutes. Hello. Welcome back. The ads should be done now. Hopefully they were in some way relevant if you were forced to watch them. Hopefully you used the time as Hannah suggested to stretch, hydrate, get food, etc. I just figured out how this Martian's name could be pronounced. Cheshire. It cannot be coincidental that this Martian's name is Cheshire and that this sounds like Cheshire Cat. She stands up and regards your reaction. She scratches her forelimbs and says, I cannot answer for that. I said Cheshire Cat. Sorry. Okay. What? I'm sorry. What's your job? All right. I am the ambassador of Hellas, messenger of Prektesh, agrarian of the Grove. My duty is to represent Hellas before all other groves. No, Shadows! No, Stuck! I'm sorry. Ambassador, I communicate to the other groves as my agrarian direct. My travels have been limited to meetings in the dream world, speaking to the other ambassadors. Recently, the groves of Elysium and Argyre closed communications with us. I know little more than that each have plans that will release our race from the dream world. Okay. I know little save... I asked about Elysium, sorry. I know little save that they are following an immoral path in their efforts to release us. Prektesh the agrarian knows more. Following an immoral path. Yeah, they took over human bodies. You have a character enter an art contest at a festival, but you don't know what he would get out of it? I mean, there are many possibilities. A prize, or experience, or recognition, like a chance for people to see their art, or access to one of the other contestants, or access to the facility, or it depends on what your plot is and what their motivations tend to be, or what they would value. But those are some ideas. Let's ask about Argyre. She sneers and says, that is the grove that spawned that Shikcha Raksak. Wow. We learned a Martian swear word, Shikcha. Prektesh may speak to you of him, but I will not. Cha. Ratsock. Raxox? I can't say this one. Raxox. Raxox? I don't know. That's really hard to say. Don't know if he wins or not. Or if he doesn't win, what would he get? I mean, it depends on whether he needs to win. Like, you only need to win if you need the prize. Otherwise, you can still get what you are trying to get from the contest without winning. The city has been closed by Raxox, and I know nothing more. Okay. She doesn't know anything about Olympus. Plans. If I had confidence in any of the plans to construct alternate bodies, I would happily volunteer. We cannot stay here forever. Praktesh. He is the agrarian, leader of our grove. In the past, it was he who directed my travels to give messages to the other agrarians. He is in the building closest to the barge docks and would gladly speak with you. Until we meet again, Offworlder. Cheshire Cat will always be here. I swear this Martian's name is Cheshire Cat. Okay. Scroll? This scroll is a volume of Martian love poetry by Ketchup of Hellas. The blue-white planet smiles upon you. The sun, it warms you and gleams. The two moons above give their blessings as well. And I drink to your Martian dreams. Oh, excellent. You see a Martian engrossed in thought. The Martian turns to your voice and studies you closely. Greetings. You are not formed of sun and soil, are you? Be joyful that you are not affected by the plague that causes our bodies to wither. I am known as Plashef, shellless one. Shellless? Do the Martians have shells? They don't look like they have shells to me. But, you know, whatever. He doesn't need to win. Most of the character in the story, new jobs or training. I like the job he has. Don't think he needs any other training. So maybe it's about status. Like, status with an individual, with an organization, like gaining recognition or access to a person or from a person, or I don't know. See what this person's job is. Flash. I am the cultivator for the Grove of Hellas. The cultivators are responsible for the preparation and care of the seedlings from the time they are planted through their growth and finally their birth. This is the job that we need to do. Most of the seedlings died after becoming exposed to the plague that destroyed our race. Fortunately, I was warned by Zaktesh Zaktesh. In time, wow, that's hard. Zaktesh. In time, and I was able to place our last group of seeds into a secure place. It's not actually that hard, it's just not a combination of sounds that is common in English. Zaktesh. Zaktesh. She is our arborist. She knew the plague for what it was and warned us soon enough to escape to the dream world. They wanted it to sound alien. Yeah, of course. Plague. Others know more of the details. I remember only the horror, the senseless loss of life. Secure. In our grove that remains in the real world, there is a hidden preservation unit. You can find it in a building next to the greenhouse. I think I already have? Because I have viable seeds already, but... Nebausa said, I have worked long and hard to preserve our grove. I could not allow the schemes of an insane being to destroy us. Okay, what? Did I forget something? Schemes. Ask Praktesh the agrarian about the grove of Argyre. Okay. Growth. Growing the seedlings to birth is a very delicate matter. Plant the seedling in soil that can receive direct sunlight. All right. This is... I think I already know most of this procedure, but we will take notes anyway. Grow plants to take the consciousness. Dig a hole to bury the seed. All right. Plant seedling in soil that can receive direct sunlight. It must be deep enough to protect it from the nighttime temperatures. Plant it deep enough to protect from nighttime temps. Once the seedling has been planted, it will require moisture in the soil. Water from the canals or melted ice will suffice. Water. We already have melted ice. I think dig a hole to bury the seed. We already knew, but there's more specificity this time, sure. Finally, you must take care to apply the necessary fertilizers. The growth cycle takes 9 revolutions, during which the seed must be checked at least 3 times. Okay. Add the appropriate... Let's just add the appropriate fertilizers. Water is earlier. Water is before fertilizer. Wait a few days. No. 9 days. Seedling must be ritually attended. Oh, we already knew 9 days. Ritually attended by the plant who places it in the soil. Must be visited 3 times during the 9-day growth cycle or it will stop growing. At the end of this cycle, a newly grown sapling may be removed from the pod by cutting the pod with any sharp object. We use a ritual pod knife for the purpose, but anything sharp would suffice. What? I don't know what this ritual of use the normal pod knife but leave the pod on the plant? Interesting. And some conflicting information. Although I think the ritual might have been referring to one of the specific groves, and I don't remember. Fertilizers. The seedlings require fertilization during their growing period, or growth period. I hate it when it does that. There we go. It clicked past a little bit too far. It is a mixture of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium that is applied directly to the soil. Oh! I tried to add them one at a time. Maybe I need to mix them together first. Using the pod knife to cut the pod away from the plant. But leaving it attached. I think so, Shadows. There are samples of these in my laboratory in Hellas. If you need these, you should look in an antechamber of the greenhouse. Yeah, I have lots of them. I do not need any more of them, thank you. Hellas. Our city was beautiful beyond compare, before the onset of the plague destroyed all that was beautiful. Nitrogen. It is a necessary component which aids the growth of the seedling. Phosphate. Potassium. Pod knife. I do not know what you mean. Okay. Farewell, shellless one. May your journeys be safe. So all of the Martians that are inhabiting human bodies have been extremely rude. These Martians seem much more pleasant. Let's see what this scroll has to say. Scroll, not scroll. Use scroll. The flight of the blue planet. Apparently a Martian myth. This is exciting. When Mars was young and the sun... Oh. Wow. Sorry, I stumbled. When Mars was young and the sun and the blue-green planet had given life to the first grove, and the moons had failed to destroy the offspring of the gods by creating worms, they developed a new plan. Since the sun had to stand his rounds traveling the heavens to tend other children, the evil moons waited until he was away to assault the planet. While one moon distracted her with a masterful and intricate tale of strange creatures who wove webs between the stars, the other moon gathered great stones to hurl from the heavens at Mars. The great planet saw the impacts of the stones on her beloved Mars and grew so angry she blew on the lesser moon with all her might. The lesser moon was sent spinning about Mars too fast for it to ever slow down again. But the force of her breath sent her far from Mars herself, and she could not return. When the sun returned, he came to take vengeance on the greater moon for the assault on his beloved's offspring and her estrangement from them. The greater moon fled before the sun, faster and faster, with the blows of the sun's mighty arms, carving great chunks off of it at every stride. Eventually, the moon escaped the sun's wrath, but only by running even faster than its sibling had been knocked spinning, and only after being reduced by the sun's blows to smaller than its sibling. That's an interesting little myth. Oh, enjoy your lurk, Shadows. That was a neat myth. Another scroll! This scroll appears to contain research notes from early in the development of the dream machines. Nothing of later developments is included for some reason. Dream machine research developed from research into the mind-body problem. Not the three-body problem, the mind-body problem. Which for Martians was a problem in biology rather than philosophy. Martians acquired their purely physical abilities from their genetic heritage. Thus, seeds from physically adept Martians and groves were prized by agrarians and cultivators. Memories, knowledge of Martian culture and their grove's history and such items came from the ground the pod was grown in, and the leaves, other sheddings, and dead bodies used as mulch. The questions raised were about the development of individuals' personalities and distinctive traits, and about why certain memories were stronger for some Martians than for grove mates raised in the same soil. In this early work, researchers discovered a psychic fluid, like phlogiston, or the luminiferous ether or electricity, which carried mental abilities and thoughts. Certain plants and plantimals attracted or interacted with this fluid, especially the berries other researchers were investigating for the conference of psychic powers. The goal was to develop a machine which would allow extraction or transference of patterns in this animalistic ether intact from or between living Martians. Ooh, they wanted to be able to transfer understandings as described in Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. You see a wizened, aged Martian. He's got a frowny face. The Martian looks up at you, its eyes revealing the weight of its burdens. My leaves have never fallen on your fields before, worm of no shell. I am Praktesh, agrarian and leader of the grove of the city of Hellas, once the finest of our planet. All right, we got Praktesh. What am I supposed to ask Praktesh? Martian Society and Argyre. We'll get there. I welcome you, Offworlder, and all your kind to the Shadow of Hellas. I extend the hospitality of our grove to you. Hellas. He looks about at the city, then makes a rustling sound that could be a sigh. Our city was once the finest of the groves of Mars. But that is in our past. We have been forced to abandon our grove, but the spirit of Hellas still thrives here in the dream world. This place has become our refuge, accessed only through the dream machines. His features grow dark, and he says, "Yes, refuge. We fled through the dream machines to escape the devastation wrought by the plague that struck down our race, killing the last of our seedlings." It was not a natural occurrence. What grieves me most was that our race was decimated by one of our own. The pestilence that destroyed us was the evil deed of Raksach. He sought dominion over all of Mars, and for many years he strove to control the supply of water and oxygen that all Martians require. Wait, you need oxygen? Truly unusual plants. He is the agrarian of the Grove of Argyre. Rather than seek peace and prosperity for his citizens, he lusted for dominance over all of Mars. I love the sort of world building. This game is well done. When his attempts to use political and economic dealings to take control failed, he then chose to use force and terror to extort us into accepting his rule. Krektes shudders at the memory. He prepared biological weapons containing a strain of bacteria to afflict our entire race. I'm asking about Argyre first. The beautiful city of Argyre decayed into a rotting slum of oppressed, sickly plantals. It was desolated even before the plague took its toll. Bacteria. It was a most insidious weapon. It caused our bodies to grow sickly and rot away. Worse yet, it destroyed our offspring as they developed. Oh dear. How are we going to keep that from happening again? You see, a drop of what looks like sap well in his... Oh, he's... No quotation marks. You see a drop of what looks like sap well in his eye and run down his cheek. That Shaksha's disease made growing seedlings impossible, killing our race with his arrogance. Regaining his composure, he continues, "We knew then that his plan meant doom for our race. We fled our grove and entered the dream world to wait, forever if necessary, hoping that someday we would be rescued." Forever. Yes, we are trapped here indefinitely. Though the body remains in the real world and ages normally, the essence of consciousness exists in the dream world, lasting eternally even when the body has ceased to function. Rescued. We existed on the faith that someone would come, even someone like yourself, a visitor from another world. Now that you have heard our plight, you must aid us to discover some means for us to return to our native soil and inhabit the grove in the real world. Aid. You must act as our agents in the real world, using your bodies where we cannot exist. Who says the dream world isn't real? Apparently they do, but... Bodies. To return to our grove, we must find bodies that we may inhabit and leave the dream world. The Martians of Elysium have been striving to grow new bodies such as these from preserved seeds, now that the plague has passed. There was another plan being examined as well. Speak to my arborist and she can give you more information. Wait, but I already talked to your arborist, didn't I? No, I have not yet spoken. So we need to find the arborist still. Her name is Zaksesh. You can usually find her in the area just south of the barge station here in Hellas. What do you mean you don't know Mars? Okay, we did ask that one. Olympus? Elysium? Oh, we already asked that. We asked Argyre. Utopia Planitia. You're secretly building starships there, aren't you? Cool. Until we meet again, friend. Okay. That was good info. But now we need to find Zaksesh. Who I'm guessing will probably be the last one here. I love the little butterflies. Building south of... Okay, so south of this. Oh, cool. I have found you. You will speak. You see a Martian that seems almost effeminate. It kneels in greeting, then rises? I'm sorry, what now? Welcome, outsider. I am excited that you have come. Now at last will I know the fate of Kaxishek. What? Kaxishek? Welcome back, Shadows of Life. First, tell me your name so I can confirm you are Zaksesh. Pointing to herself, she says, I am Zaksesh. My function in the grove is arborist. Yeah, we'll get to arborist in a second. All right, who's this Kaxishek? My podmate Kaxishek was researching the creation of a new type of body that would be immune to the effects of the plague. This is This is indeed important information. Because I can try and grow bodies for you, but I need them to not die. Haxishek had established a laboratory in the North Polar regions to perform his studies. The Plague! Yes, the plague! He hoped that the cold would slow the spread of the plague until he had constructed a prototype. A prototype body? Let's ask about the lab. It has been a very long time since I was there, but I believe that it was located somewhere on the border of the northern ice cap. Prototype. I feel certain that his efforts were successful. Wait, I feel certain. Oh, no, that's what it... I feel certain that his efforts were successful, for he never followed me into the dream world. Why he never came has always been a mystery to me. I was expecting her to say she felt certain he must have failed because he never came to the dream world, but no, she's certain he succeeded because he never came to the dream world or grew them new bodies. I think her logic might be slightly flawed. Dream. She looks about, then says, "This world, though safe from the plague, will never be the same as our grove. Actually talking to the Martians, it's reminding me of Echoes of the Eye, the DLC from Outer Wilds. My greatest hope is that one day we can return to our grove in the physical world. I don't like them calling it the real world. It is the physical world. Just because the dreams take place in your mind or in this computerized substrate does not mean they're not real. Plague. It was horrible, worse than any disaster imaginable. And I, the arborist of the Grove of Hellas, was powerless to prevent the deaths of my pod friends. It certainly killed every living Martian on the planet. She is quiet and reflective for a moment. Hope, Punk. My podmate, Kaxashek, was researching the creation of a new type of body that would be immune to the effects of the plague. Yeah, or the material realm. Like, not the real world. The material realm, the physical world. Yeah. It's just a language thing. We understand what they mean. It was just the arborist. I tend to the citizens of my grove, healing them if they become injured or ill. Oh, we found the cleric. I have not used those skills in a long time. Here in the dream world, our bodies do not require treatment. She doesn't want to talk about Argyre. Okay, fine. Farewell, my friend. Beware. On your return, the dream world holds many dangers. Beware on your return? What? There were no dangers in this dream world, and I can wake up whenever I want. Can't I? Beware on your journey, the dream world holds many dangers? Yeah, like to wake up, all I have to do is talk to myself. So I wonder what that warning was for. Also, like, Dream Machine. Plot? Probably. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up. Okay, but that was only the 5th obelisk. And there's still 4 people to wake up. But there were no other paths. I suppose it could have changed. Let's go in and check. There are 4 people! Exactly, Shadows. Uh-huh. Okay, so that just goes to the same place. I do not know. Okay, so we need to go and check on... I guess we should do that before attempting to grow any seeds, because we want to grow new Martian bodies that will not be susceptible to the plague, since the plague is a bacteria, which could definitely survive. But then I'm not sure where the other 4 people that we need to wake up will be found. Oh, you know what he gets from the contest, just not how he gets it? That would be... I don't know. But that's a mechanical question, which hopefully will be easier to come up with options for. I say with a question in my voice because I don't know. I hope it would be easier. All right, so where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I need wow. I completely mislabeled that button. It did what I wanted it to. I just completely mislabeled it. All right, so we're here in Hellas. And I need to go to the lab, which, if I remember right, was right at the tip of Utopia Planitia here. So the fastest way there would be to teleport to Elysium, I think. Also, I have not read this yet. I should read this. You have ideas, just not sure if you want to intro some characters earlier than you'd planned. It's funny. The labels that I put on these buttons while the stream countdown was going on are backwards. It's okay. I'll fix it afterwards, but there can be no precise explanation of the way the dream machines operated. They were able, somehow, to carry one's conscious self from the body into a realm of dreams and nightmares. According to the Avatar, you could often affect the outcome of these dreams in interesting ways. Tools and other physical objects appeared out of seeming void. The Avatar said that a sparkling, cloudy substance he called dream stuff would transform itself into whatever he imagined it might be. On reflection, he is uncertain whether the dream stuff independently transformed itself, triggering his imagination, or whether his imagination triggered the transformation. I can understand his uncertainty. Some of the items he imagined were random and useless, but others were exactly what he needed to affect the dream in which he found himself. And often, something that seemed useless when it first appeared was exactly what he later needed. If he truly imagined all of the items he described to me without outside influence, he has a fertile imagination indeed. You could occasionally imagine your own death in these nightmares. Actually, you imagined something very close to death, and then you woke up, having returned to your body, or rarely to a different point in the dream world. Leaving the dream world of your own volition was a simple matter. You simply had to talk to yourself. This apparently alerted your mind to reality, and you returned to your body. While transporting objects into and out of the dream world was obviously possible, I have no idea how it was accomplished. Only the evil Martian, Raksach, and the human called the Avatar actually performed this feat, so at some point, I have to take things in and out. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but even they could not do it without destroying the very fabric of reality. What follows are descriptions of the specific dreams which the Avatar entered. These details were graciously given in an exclusive interview, and I present them for the reader's greater understanding of these human prisons and Martian havens. I don't if I want to be in the dream world. Not give... Wait, now I don't if I want to be in the dream world. Not give my imagination... something? I don't know. Alright, I need the teleporter map. That's what I need. So I'm in Hellas, and I need to go to... Did I say Elysium? I don't know. If I want to be in the dream world, not... Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be in the dream world either. Yeah, I want to go to Elysium. So that is teleporter 1. Cool. Oh, shoot. The transport tube station is south? I remembered! Like a steel mousetrap. Alright, Elysium is south of me, but I want to go to the Polar Laboratory. So north it is. Oh, good. We're being attacked. Oh, I only have a saber at the moment. Jumping beans! I should really... Well, no, I'm saving the heat ray for getting in the Polar Lab. Grabs dream stuff. It turns into an item. What's this? What's this? Sorry, my brain had to go to Nightmare Before Christmas with the what's thisness. You hear something to the northwest. Is it north by northwest? Maybe it's east of Eden. I think we may have reached Utopia. Maybe? So we went north. Yeah, we went north from Elysium, so this should be Utopia Planitia that we're passing. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the tornado. It's a twister! A dust devil. What happens? Safe game. Did I ever catch one? Oh, it just hurts you. Well, that's not fun. A twister, a twister. In previous games, they would transport you somewhere. It's right in front of the ice cave. Right. Okay, then. Look. 0 charges. Let's put the heat ray gun into here. Let us use tongs. Move 1 radium chip into heat ray gun. You can't do that? Use 2. Okay. Does that mean it has 2 charges? 60 charges. Heck and heck yeah. And I'm not irradiated? Nice. Okay. We can work with this. Heat ray gun. I've got a ray gun. The dust devil dodged? I'm sorry, what? I can attack the dust devil? But why isn't it melting the ice? Maybe it's because it's set for combination. Set to combination. New setting. R. Rifle. S. Shotgun. Do I want rifle or shotgun? I think I'm going to try rifle. Oh, self-care. That's a good call. Thank you, Hannah. Let me stretch. Mm. Mm. Whew. Hydration. Well, apparently I can make the Dust Devil dodge. And if the Dust Devil... Arg? What? Hello? I can't use the ice cave. Attack. I honestly thought that the heat ray was going to clear the ice. Hi, Elixie. Forgot to mention that you had a thing today. Welcome. It's good to see you. Born. Thank you for the resubscription, Elixir. I hope that your thing went well. I'm trying to remember how I gathered a chunk of ice earlier. I don't know. It was a bit rainy. Oops, all mods. Yeah, I did hear the rain and storminess. That was a thing that happened. Well, I shall ponder what other options I have for getting in this cave while I take a quick bio break. And the automated ad break runs. So I will see you all in 3 minutes. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you had a good break. I did not come up with any good ideas. Thank you for the 500 bits. Face. For those who are not aware, this is somewhat like 16-bit Eric face, but cheaper and a little higher on the body. I mean, yes, hats are much less expensive than 16-bit Eric's face. I have matches. Ooh, maybe matches with a torch? Hat trick. Okay, what type of hat would you desire? 100 bits for face. Thank you, Hannah. Any specific hat? My choice. Okay. Let me. I just was thinking, like, I was gonna do a thing, but then I was like, but if I do the thing, then I will have a hat for you in just a second. Now my brain did weird brain things. Of course, right? I was like, oh, I should make me bigger. Which I can do, except I'm behind the things now. So that doesn't work. Whoopsie doodle. One second. This one go to there, and that'll work. I just need to. Interesting that it. Haha! Because going back to the other scene wasn't necessary. I need the camera to grow so I could do the hat. Anyway. Speaking of 16-bit Eric, Streampunk's hat. Available as merch on the Streampunk's shop. It is a nice hat too. It's very comfortable. It fits well. And it has the Rainbow Streampunks logo. I am not sponsored. Hello? Audio. Game audio. That is so weird because it opened it up in my my camera only scene collection that I use for doing virtual cam when I'm in like meetings and such. Like everything was just completely messed up. Just wow. Like OBS OBS gave up and was just like, nope, not doing it. And all I did was try to Control Z something. But anyway, hi, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that little blip. And thank you so much for the 500 bits, Spirit UK. Yes, Rogan, it is true that OBS froze for the umpteenth time, but there's no need to be thaw about it. But I'm trying to thaw things. I thaw the ice, but it won't melt. Anyway, thank you, and points. And because now I want a treat, so I'm putting a lifesaver in. I thaw the thon. Wait, I thaw the. Wow, that's hard to say. I thaw the sun. And then I tried to sing I thaw the sign. And it opened up my eyes. I thaw the sign. Are you serious in me, game? The game froze too. What the heckity hack? It's okay, I can reopen the game fairly easily, but may have lost a little bit of stuffs. And you name that tune. Of course the game froze too. Slight power glitch? No, literally what happened was I did the big manual, I'm gonna grow the camera box bigger. And when I was done with the hat trick, I was like, okay, it's time to shrink the camera back down again. And so I just wanted to undo what I had just done, and I hit Control Z, which works in OBS. And as soon as I hit Control Z, the whole program crapped the bed. It was like, nope. What are these foreign things you're doing with trying to undo activities that you just did? That's not a thing. I have an entire freaking block of radium. I don't know. Let's just put one chip in. A one chip wonder, yeah? Because I'm not certain. It's just that I fully understand why they call these power glitches brownouts. Be right, UK. Brownouts do indeed cause electronics to crap the bed. I think that calls for more points. I literally had a thought. Yes, I had a thought. Give me a torch, song trilogy, and a match set. Now, let's put away the ray gun because it wasn't working. Let us use a match on a torch and then use the torch on the ice. What do you mean the torch has no effect on ice? I don't understand. Oh, I should make sure that we don't end up with a immediate ad break because of that. So, no. Shadows, not that I'm aware of. I don't believe there was a flamethrower. There's just a heat ray gun, which I tried using and it didn't work. I have the bucket of ice. that is no longer ice. I don't know if this will work. Use... Do I need to, like, cause a fire tornado? I should back up if I'm gonna do this. I don't think this will work. But... Okay. Shooting the lamp oil with the heat ray gun did not work. Shooting the lamp oil with a revolver did not work. Acid. Phosphorus. Maybe it'll be a berry. The acid did not clear the ice. There are many things that should clear the ice that are not, which means that there's a very specific thing I should use, but I'm not certain what. What was I about to look up? I was going to look something up. Oh, what the berries do, because I never remember which berries do what. But I do remember which page the description of the berries is on. They do very good things. Yes. Blue. They make you nauseous and dizzy, but cure radiation poisoning. Purple does telekinesis. Brown is clairvoyance. But made it difficult to sleep. Green psychometry. And rouge, not useful for anything but dyeing things. Wait. And there are also small red berries with large green stems that proved useless and inedible. So I have the purple, brown, green, blue, and the rouge ones. Or the inedible ones, one of the two. Psychometry. I'm gonna do a weird thing. I doubt it'll work. I can't talk to the dust devil. Hi, Nauseum. I am baffled with how to open this ice cave. The cave will not talk to me. Why does it say ARG? I can't use the ice cave. You see ice. Right, and I've tried the heat ray gun. I've tried the pick. Can't use the pitchfork. Can't use the pitcher. Use the hoe? Hoes are used for clearing ground. Can't use the rake. I can't dig because of the ice. I can't use the pick to clear the ground. Use hammer on me. Use gong hammer. Use chisel. Use injector. Use saw. Use Martian clock. Use Martian spoon to dig out the ice. Your old shard shut down 6 to 7 years ago. I think you've talked about it before, actually. I never did play Ultima Online. I honestly thought that the heat ray gun was going to be the answer. I wasn't... I have a rivet gun. A hand drill. What if I need... Use pry bar on ice. Nope. I do have a thought, though. The elephant gun. Use pick. But it's not a Martian pick this time. Use sledgehammer. Come on, the sledgehammer should break the ice. Talk to the ice? Okay, but I'm literally trying to break the ice. Let me talk to it. Right? That's how you break the ice. You talk to it. Isn't it? Bottle of wine. It does seem like the heat ray gun should be the answer, but you still have a personal local shard. That sounds cute. I want to be your sledgehammer. Cute isn't really the word I wanted, but it sounds... I like that you can do that. Okay. I have one idea. House building in Ultima Online is fun. You used to win awards on the shard for your houses. I mean, I never played it, but I do understand how house building in a game can be fun. The thing I enjoy most about Valheim is building. So, all right. I don't even know if this is possible. More of a crawhammer kind of guy. Like The Sims, but with more swords. Okay. I did try The Sims when it was a brand new game. My Sims got depressed because all they ever did was get up and go to work. And then they were tired, and so they went home and ate and went to bed. And so their entire life consisted of sleeping, working, and eating. And they didn't have time for anything else. And so they got depressed. And it was a sad commentary on the state of capitalism. Right, I'm following this trail. Went across. I think I know where I need to go. I just don't know if it's possible to get what I'm thinking of and bring it back. A little crabby. You could try standing still, then distill some alcohol in the still. That may be able to melt the ice. Polar Lab. Okay, so I crossed there, and if I follow the path, it takes me down below. And then up north of Olympus. And then I can get across the bridge into Olympus. But I don't think that gets me what I want. Because what I need... There is a drill that we use to open a blocked mine. Where was that? Arziamons. Noctis. Cooter was imprisoned, but that was not when we did it. Prison cave. Olympus Mons and City. I think it might have been getting into Olympus. And if that's the case, there's no way that I could push that machine from here over to the ice cave, which was my idea. Like, because there's no bridge for me to take the machine across to get it out, and it's currently surrounded by canals. Elysium City, Hellas City, chemicals, acid, microscope. Unless it was here. And if it was at Syrtis Major, it might be possible. Syrtis Major. Syrtis Major Planum. Yes. I'm traveling in exactly the wrong direction. But if I go back over to Syrtis, there was a machine that I used to open the mine entrance here. So I just need to follow the canal. That canal branch. Awesome. Plan instantiated. And congratulations, Nazium, on being the second randomly selected VIP for the stream. Sorry, Obi, if you're still here, that me having to close and reopen OBS meant that your VIP got ended. The bots are very confused. Follow that canal. All right. South towards Elysium, or past Elysium. And then Diane West, or West. West. We will go west. Go west, young man. I don't. I'm being weird. When am I not being weird? Also, I completely had forgotten about the abandoned city, which I did note in glancing at things a few weeks ago, is where the Will-o'-the-Wisp is supposed to be occasionally. It wasn't there last time we were in the abandoned city, but we'll have to go and check and find the Will-o'-the-Wisp at some point. You have a canal? Of course there's a canal emote. I don't know why I'm even surprised by that. Of course there's a canal emote. A canal emote? Is that like a really deep and wide moat? A canal emote? A moat that has many aspects of canalness. I don't know. All right. So much overland travel. I wish that I could figure out how to fix the polar cap machines and get these canals filled with water. An emote that lets you transport other emotes. Streamer builds a lot of canals in games. Ah. Then it makes perfect sense. I just want my canals to fill with water. I have yet to figure out how to make that happen. I have noted that there is, in fact, a page in the clue book that will tell you how. I have not read that page. All right, where is the drill? Is it inside? I don't remember. Where did I leave the drill? Oh, that's a Switch. Not a Nintendo Switch. There's the drill. This. Okay, look. Don't stand in front of the drill when I'm trying to push it. Push it real good. Sky is rumbly. In your tumbly? I don't know. I don't think there's any way to pull the drill. Can I move? South. Yes, goodness. I might not get to do my laundry this evening then. It might have to wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow. Ooh. Hello, berries. Berries and cream. Berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. It was the most annoying commercials, but also they were good candies. I don't even remember what the candies were. I remember I can see them, sort of. Like, I can't see them because I can't see anything in my head, but I remember what they looked like, is a more accurate description. But I don't remember what they were. No. Was it Skittles? No, it wasn't Skittles. Now, I have the question if the prize for the art contest is getting art on a city building. That would not be a bad prize. It was Starburst? That's also not what I thought it was. I thought it was those little round hard candies that were white but had like color swirled through them. Interesting. Skittles. So I looked up the commercial, and it was Starburst, which are called opal fruits, right? Starburst is opal fruits or something like that in the UK. I don't. Attention, all hands. The Martian Tourism Bureau has announced a new canal dredging project as part of their attempt to add a log flume ride attraction. All personnel should evacuate in approximately 15 minutes to get out of the path of the heavy construction equipment. Thank you, Lord Portico. That's interesting. I wonder if it was also Skittles. It's just when I looked it up, it was Starburst. But that's not the ones that I was thinking of either. Because there was I don't remember what those were called. The little hard white disc candies that had swirls of color in them that were berry and cream flavor. This is like the weirdest, like, I distinctly remember a candy but have no idea what it was called moment. Cream Savers! Yes, Hannah, that's exactly what it was. I always thought that commercial was for the Cream Savers. And apparently it was for Starburst, which is what they're called in the US. I think they're called opal fruits elsewhere. Yes, so opal fruits is what they were, but then they moved to America and were renamed Starburst in 1998. So globally, they are now all Starburst, but they used to be opal fruits. Interesting. Anyway, I had never heard of opal fruits, but then I watch enough people that are in the UK on streams that I found out what they were. Yeah, it was Cream Savers, Lifesavers Cream Savers. Lately, I've just been getting this share size bag of hard Lifesavers, but it's mixed flavors. So instead of just the 5 flavors, there's like 15 or 18 flavors or something. And I quite like them. But the grocery store I typically buy groceries at does not have them. I have to go down the street or like stop on the way home at a different grocery store to get them. Which I do, but only because the store that I go to, typically the one that I usually buy most of my groceries at, doesn't have they don't have hard candy. They have chocolate, and they have all the hard candy brands, but they only have the gummy versions from those hard candy brands. And I'm like, why? Other Krogers have the hard candies. Why does my Kroger only have the gummy versions of every hard candy in existence? The only hard lifesavers they have are the like mint lifesavers that come in rolls. Which doesn't work for me. And I don't understand. Anyway. I have access. First world problems, but it's confusing because it's like, why? I don't understand. Come on. I have the assembled drill. And it doesn't work. I went and got the drill from Syrtis Major Planum to try and drill my way in through this ice. Nothing breaks this ice. What am I supposed to do, game? I have tried literally everything I can think of. Use won't work. Use lets me change settings. Attack? I haven't tried the shotgun setting. Okay, so my first attacks were hitting the ice, but not the ice cave. I don't understand. And so I step here and it says ARG, but I don't understand. How go in? All right. I typically try not. But I have literally done everything I can think of. So how do I get into the Polar Laboratory? It doesn't tell me. It just says, here we met Cutter, another mechanical man. How do I get into the Polar Laboratory, game? I'm gonna see if I can find an answer, because I don't know. Exactly, Shadows. I'm bringing up the Ultima Wiki walkthrough to see if it will tell me how. Okay, the walkthrough. Building better bodies the Martian way. Just realized that in the last 2 weeks I've set 73 stones, most of which were diamonds and most of which were set in the last 2 days. No wonder your hands hurt. Oh my. The secret laboratory. Under the ice north of Elysium, this lab contains both the incomplete prototype of an indestructible metal body for the Martians and the robot that is designed to prepare the final component. Okay, but it literally doesn't say how to enter. How do I get in? Ah, I found the answer, and it goes back to the other thing I can't figure out how to do. Which is repairing the towers. I have to melt the whole polar cap to get in the lab. Not the whole thing, but I have to get the towers melting the cap to fill the canals. But how do I do that? Because I need Martian bodies to wake up the people I need to fix the components to get the towers working. I don't understand. I'm just looking at the walkthrough at this point. Finding the Fix-It Men. While the party has a variety of skills and equipment, it does not possess the knowledge or tools required to repair either the motor or the lens. The motor, a direct current design, can be best repaired by Thomas Edison, who lives in Olympus. The only man on Mars with the glassworking skills to repair the lens is Louis Comfort Tiffany, who inhabits the city of Elysium. But Tiffany was trapped in a nightmare. I broke him out of the nightmare, but if I go and talk to his body, it's not him, it's a Martian. I don't understand. Well, that's something that I will have to work on next week, I guess. I can try, I could head to Olympus and talk to Edison about fixing the motor. If I can remember who's carrying it. That is the motor. Am I not carrying the broken lens? There's definitely some more running around that I need to do. Maybe I appear not to have picked up the lens. So that's a thing. I also have never figured out how to develop this picture. Right. Which I need to do in order to do the secret lab. So confusing. Hi, Detective Zen. Thank you for the resubscription. 23 months with an 18-month streak. Thank you so much. You made it on time. Can't wait to watch a full and complete stream without it ending roughly about now. Have I tried using science on the photo? Yes. Apparently, the only person on Mars who can develop it is Georges Méliès. Who is inhabited by a Martian. So, Méliès and Tiffany, both inhabited by Martians, are needed in order to melt the polar cap enough to get in the secret lab, but I need to get in the secret lab in order to get bodies for the Martians that won't die to the plague. Maybe I need to grow them plant bodies that will die in order to get the things fixed, to get in the lab, to get a body that won't die. Maybe I have to bring them back twice. So confusing. So confusing. It's time to end the stream right here. So confusing. Anyway, chuckles at the poor beleaguered bots today. Thanks. Yeah. Crewman Gary's definitely in the bot database. Yeah, I have not, like, so the wiki does not, like, it's a walkthrough. It says what you need to do, but it doesn't necessarily tell you how to do it. It gave me enough information to understand what I was doing wrong. And I did not dig enough to know for certain how I need to do it, but I have a theory that we can test next time, which is, I think, grow plants. Get Georges Millier and Louis Comfort Tiffany into plant bodies so that they can do the work, or so that, well, get the Martians inhabiting them into plant bodies so that their consciousnesses can return to their bodies so that they can do the repairs that I need to get the towers working, to melt the polar cap enough to get into the lab to find a more permanent solution for the Martians. That all makes sense, except it's not that straightforward, because while I've saved Tiffany from his nightmare and just need a body to put him in, I haven't figured out how to find Georges Millier in the dream world yet. Can I say what about breakfast at Tiffany's? And I realize from your spelling that you might not know which historic figure I am talking about when I say Millier. So there it is. It's because his last name is French. It's Millier. Yes, Paru, Ultima. This is a game I started as a kid and never got to finish because I had it on 5 1/4 floppies. And then we got a new computer and no longer had a 5 1/4 floppy drive. And so I never got very far into it at all, but I loved the concept and really wanted to play it. So when I decided to start streaming, I decided I wanted to play this game. But I wouldn't let myself do it until I played to it. And I started the very first game I streamed. My very first stream ever was my first ever time playing Ultima 1. I would have started with a Calibeth had I known about a Calibeth before I started. Because technically it was the first. But it's also technically not part of the Ultima series, but I still would have started there. But yeah, I played Ultima 1, Ultima 2, Ultima 3, 4, 5, 6, and Savage Empire before I would let myself start this. And we've been playing it for 9 or 10 streams now, like 3-hour chunks. And so I have been, ultimately it was good, Paru, because I had played Ultima 5 as a kid, but I never finished it. And I had started this, and then I played Pagan, was the only other one that I ever really played as a kid. and I never finished it either. And so I liked the Ultima games because Ultima 5 was just like one of the first one of the first RPGs, and definitely one of the first CRPGs that I ever played. And so I had fond memories of it, but I had never finished it. And so by playing through them, I got the context, I got the full story, I got the incremental addition of different mechanics, and got to see them develop over time, so that by the time I got to this game this time around, I actually remembered, like, I knew most of how it was going to function, and I understand how the puzzles are made for these games. Where when I was a kid and just started playing it, I didn't actually understand how you go about trying to play these games to completion. I just was playing it and had no idea what I was doing. Whereas today, I understand how you approach trying to solve the problems. So it's been a much better experience having done the others, because especially because I got Ultima 6 and Savage Empire, and they're built on the same engine and they function very much the same way. So it's, yep, here's your goal. And then it's step back, step back, step back, step back. You eventually find a starting point that you can make some headway, and then you hit a block and you have to come at it from another direction. And eventually, once you get all the dominoes to fall, then the end is almost anticlimactic, because it's just boom, you're done. So I really enjoyed it, is what I'm saying, and I'm glad I did it. It has taken it took me about 3 years to get to the point where I actually got to start the game, but it's been fun, and I've been enjoying the game. Sadly, I do have to end the stream for tonight, because I'm overtime and I have things that I must attend to this evening. What? Oh, I was like, what are you doing, Moobot? It was saying pre-rolls. We're about to run into pre-rolls. Absolutely, Pyro, and thanks for popping in. I play about 3 hours of Ultima every Saturday. So I start at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, and play until about 6:30 Eastern time. And right now that means Martian Dreams. Absolutely, Shadows. You do that current plan, but not. Zen, I understand, but yes, I do need to go. Let me see who we're gonna raid. Who is on? I haven't been there in a bit. I don't know this game, but it seems fun, and we haven't said hi to Smolecule in a while. So we're gonna raid a lovely streamer. Their name is Smolecule, and they are a lovely LGBTQIA plus friendly environment. They're playing a game called Paper Trail, and it looks like sort of an environmental puzzle game. Looks neat, and it's genuinely a good time when we go there. So I'm gonna set that up, and it would be lovely if you come in and join for the raid. Of course, I should be doing the credits, but I distracted myself. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this fast. As soon as the credits start actually playing on the screen. But let me say thank you to my mods, of course. Thank you, Was Not Worth It, for being a subscriber over on Coffee. Thank you to everybody for showing up today. Very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Detective Sen and Elixir and Be Right UK and Lord Portico for your resubscriptions. Thank you, Be Right UK and Hannah for all of the bits. And thank you for, letting me ramble. I really, really do enjoy this, and I love having you all pop by and be distracting in my chat while I try to solve puzzles in games. I do encourage you to pop on over with me and say hello to Smolecule. I do have a raid call that we can use. It comes in both subscriber and non-subscriber flavors, so feel free to copy paste. It is hashtag rogue raid, and then either the chaos emote or the Twitch raid emote. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I see you all again soon. Until I do, get out there and do some shenanigans.